Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to NCS Radha's online teaching academy, Ekalaiva. Class 6th, Board CBSE, Subject Science, Topic Things Around Us. You know that things can be classified into two types: living things and non-living things. Observe the pictures shown here: bird, ball, pen, bee, eraser, duck, table, horse, stone, cat. In this, we can classify them into living and non-living things. Bird, bee, duck, horse, cat are living things, and the rest of them are non-living things. Living things have certain features of characteristics is different from non-living things. Let us learn about the characteristics of living things. First one, living things have various levels of cellular organization. In this, how cells to tissue, tissue to organ, organ to organ system to organism. Next, living things need food. Living things respire. Living things grow and develop. Living things respond to stimuli. Living things move. Living things reproduce. Living things excrete their waste. Living things have a definite lifespan. These are all the characteristics of living things. Now, we are going to discuss in detail about it. First one, living things have a various level of organization. In this, organisms are composed of one or several cells which cannot be seen with our naked eye. Why? Because organisms is made up of cells. Cells are very tiny organisms. We can see through only microscope. Here, group of cells join together to form tissue. Tissues join together to form organ. For example, organ, lungs, stomach, liver. Different organs form together to organ system. For example, digestive system, reproductive system. Finally, different organ system combine together to form an organism. Example, human being. In this level of organization, it's common to all the organisms. Mostly, organisms can be classified into two types: unicellular organism and multicellular organism. What is unicellular organism? Organisms that have single cell are called unicellular organism. Example, amoeba, euglena, paramecium and bacteria. What is multicellular organism? Organisms that have many cells or several cells are called multicellular organism. Example, humans, plants and animals. In organization, unicellular organisms is different from multicellular organism. In these unicellular organisms do all the life process in their own. See, here different types of cells. Here, group of cells, that is anion cells, bacteria and blood cells. Next, group of tissue to form an organ. Here, see different organ to form an organ system. Best example is digestive system. The digestive system is made of a liver, digestive system is made of liver, stomach, pancreas, large intestine and small intestine. These organs work together to digest the food what we eat. So, this is the first characteristics. Living things have various levels of organization, cells to tissue, tissue to organ, organ to organ system, and organ system to organism, that is a human being. I hope you all understood the levels of organization. Next one, feeding. Living things need food. All living things need food. Why do we need food? We need food to do some work. Where do you get energy? We get energy from the food. The process by which living things acquire food is called feeding. Here, some of the organisms, they can prepare their food own. Some of the organisms depend on other organisms. According to this, we can classify into two types. First one, autotrophs. Second one, heterotrophs. What is autotrophs? Auto means self. Troph means nutrition. Autotroph means self-nutrition. Organisms that make their food own are called autotrophs. For example, plants are called autotrophs. Why? Because it can prepare their own food. How it prepare the food? It prepares food through their photosynthesis reaction. Already you learned in previous class, the root absorb water, chlorophyll pigment absorb light from the sun. To combine this, it released carbon dioxide, it released oxygen and food. That food, we can say that it is a sugar. So, during photosynthesis reaction, plants prepare their own food. Next, heterotrophs. What is heterotrophs? Hetero means other. Trophs means nutrition. Other nutrition. Organisms that cannot make their own food and depend on other organisms for their requirements are called heterotrophs. You see here, cows eating grass. Cows is a heterotroph. It depends on plant. Next, respiration. Respiration, it is very, very important. You see, Have you wondered how we obtain energy from food we eat? The food need to broken down to obtain energy. The process of releasing energy from the breakdown of food in the cells are called respiration. Here you see, we are taking food, right? That food is digested from our body, absorbed by blood cell. When we breathe in, that oxygen combined with food, it releases energy and carbon dioxide and water vapor. Let me ask one question. What is breathing? Taking in and giving out of air is called breathing. Here, respiration is different, breathing is different. See here, do all the organisms respire through same organ? No. See, plants have stomata. Where it is stomata? Stomata present under their leaves. It has tiny hole. Through this, it can exchange their gases. You see, during respiration, plants breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. But during photosynthesis, plants absorb carbon dioxide and released oxygen. Mostly all the animals respire through their lungs. If you take fish breathe through their gills. Earthworm breathe through their moist skin. Now you see, how do amphibians breathe? What is amphibians? Amphibians means animals that live both in water as well as in land. So that animal called amphibians. The best example, frogs. Frog, when it is on land, it breathes through their lungs. When it is in water, it breathes through their moist skin. So, this is an amphibians. It can breathe both lungs and moist skin. Next, what is the difference between respiration and breathing? Respiration means the process of releasing energy from the breakdown of food in the cells are called respiration. Taking in and giving out of air is called breathing. See, taking in, giving out. So, taking in and giving out of air is called breathing. Respiration releases energy. Here, breathing does not release energy. Respiration takes place in all cells of the body, but breathing takes place only in the organs involved in the cell. For example, we breathe through their nose, right? That air enters through the windpipe, finally it reaches the lungs. So here, nose, windpipe and lungs, that organs involved in breathing. Okay. Next one, respiration involves breathing and breakdown of food using oxygen inside the cells. Usually we are taking food. That food, how it broken down? When we breathe in oxygen, that oxygen helps to break down of the food and releases energy. But breathing is a part of respiration. This is the difference between respiration and breathing. What did we learn today, children? We learned about characteristics of living things. We learned 3 characteristics. Living things have a various level of organization. Living things need food. Living things respire. To receive our online lesson, please press the subscribe button. You will receive the latest update. Thank you, children.